Hi everyone, Eddie here. So the first thing that we're going to do to get our project going is we actually want to download a database and get that installed. This is pretty easy to do, but it will take a little bit of time. And I do want to say that if for some reason you're unable to do this step as you work through this project, at the end I'm going to talk about how we can use the sample data, which if you install that when you install the Ignition, you can actually, it comes with a database that you can reference. I think it's pretty helpful to do this yourself, but if you have an installation problem, don't worry. I will find a way to make sure that you are able to see exactly what to do later on. So, in order to install our database, we want to look for Postgres SQL download. So SQL or SQL stands for Structured Query Language, and it's used with a type of database called a relational database. You can think of this like an Excel sheet or some sort of spreadsheet as a table, but instead of just one single spreadsheet in a relational database, we can have multiple spreadsheets and we can link them together. We're not going to get deeply in depth with this, but it is one of the powerful things that we can do with Ignition is connect it to a database so we can actually have it saving the data that Ignition is reading from our tags. So if you just go into Postgres SQL downloads, and Postgres is just one of several types of relational databases. So there's also MySQL, MariaDB. There's a few different ones. I like Postgres, and it tends to work really well with Ignition. So I'm going to teach this, but you're welcome to use other ones if that suits your interest. So you're just going to go for the Windows download, assuming you're working on a Windows machine. And you just hit download the installer, and you're going to just basically install the basic standard installation. So you should get the Postgres SQL Server in pgadmin and the stack builder. This pgadmin is a pretty big deal. So you're going to install it. It takes a little bit of time, but it's not terribly hard. I would just go with the most recent one. I'm using version 18, but you can use a more recent one if you would like. So basically, you're going to install Postgres, and in the next video, I'm going to look at how to set up our database so it's ready to read information from Ignition.